Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. So excited to have you joining us today. Tina, how are you doing?
Doing fantastic. It is Tuesday and it's pouring down rain here in North Carolina. And I woke up this morning and I made my bed, I opened up my blinds and I went, what the heck? It was so foggy outside. I couldn't even see out my window. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I am so excited for the guest we have on today.
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Happy to be here. I feel like I'm home. This
I
is
know,
like
right?
I love to spend mornings.
Daniel is one of the Angel and Tina Morning Show sponsors. He has been our sponsor for
Since July?
4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
And also a friend of ours, a big supporter of ours. So we wanted to have him on because he has some great, amazing things coming up. So we wanted to give you guys some insight. And it is almost time, Angel.
Almost time for what? Almost time for what?
She's blocking it out.
Oh, are you talking about me moving?
Yeah.
I still have a week. I have one more week.
Yeah, 1 week from today, she'll be driving.
That's true. Yeah, because it's Tuesday morning. I did wake up this morning. Tina, she's like does this like emotion check. How are you feeling? How you doing today? And my emotion this morning was they're taking my mattress today. I'm gonna sleep on it
today.
Air mattress for the rest of the week. So that made me sad. I mean, not sad, but just like, oh.
Well, because we all know how much you love your sleep.
I do
So,
love my sleep.
so the mattress. So I can't sleep on an air mattress. I'd wake up and the air mattress would be all deflated.
No, they don't deflate like they've come a long way in air mattresses, right? They self-inflate.
Do you have the double one? Because I've seen those ones that are like this high.
No, it's not quite like that. It's not quite like that. But yeah, they've come a long way in air mattresses. We'll be okay. I don't imagine we'll wake up like laying on the floor. Look, my cute little white desk chair is gone.
It's
So
gone.
this
So
is Jay's like
what do you have left in your house today? Nothing.
boxes.
Can you tell people what happened this weekend with your what are they called? What are they
My
called?
TV trays.
TV trays.
Okay, so my desk is still set up. So I still have my desk, and so this room actually has the most furniture in it, the office, because it has a desk in it and a printer, and like pretty much this room is still intact, but the rest of the house is gone. And so we sold our kitchen table. We're selling all of our furniture because we're moving across country. We've been in this house for 21 years. The furniture fits this house, right? This life season. So we're selling all of our furniture.
And plus you got your dream house. So you got to have your dream furniture.
So yeah. So we sold our kitchen table the other day, and I said, that's okay. I have TV trays. And my husband and son, and I say we're camping. I'm like, it's like we're camping. They're like, Angel, this is nothing like camping, right? This is
I don't
nothing
think
like
you have
camping.
TV trays when you're camping.
Yeah, so I have TV trays, but my TV trays are, I think they're called chargers, like those round, they're decorative
Cupcake
round
chargers.
plates that you put on your holiday table, like underneath, like for color.
They're a little bit bigger. They're about 1.5 inches bigger than a regular plate. So you put those up underneath your plate, and this is your TV
This is
tray.
our TV tray. This is my TV tray, because you can put your glass there and your napkin, right? You can have, and it kind of settles, and so it's not so hot on your lap. And yeah, so those are my TV trays, are our decorative holiday chargers. Do you know what a charger is, Daniel, when I say a plate charger? Okay. Right. So I know it's a weird name for it. Like, why do they call them chargers?
I don't know why they're called chargers, because they don't charge anything up.
Yeah, but that is what they're called, right?
They are called they're called plate chargers. Yeah, I don't know why. I have every single color. I have gold and silver. I have black for Halloween. I have because I'm an entertainer, so I have like every single color. And I used to have my whole entire formal dining room. It was always set up it was always set. So
it was always set. Sold our dining room set. Yeah, dining room set is gone. Yeah.
So for the next couple of months while you move into your new house, You're just going to be shopping for new furniture.
Well, no, right? Because I'm staying at my mom's house
I know,
until
but
we
you can
close.
start. How are you going to, in February, when you move into your dream house?
Oh, well, we'll just have it delivered, right?
Yeah.
When we move. So we
like
can't
the middle of February is when you're going to be like shopping fools.
probably.
Like, I need 2 living room sets. I need 4 bedroom sets.
But I don't have to fill it. Like I don't have to have it full like the day we move in, right? We can take our time and get in there and feel like get a feel for what we really want it to look like.
Well,
And
make sure my room has a bed in it. So then that way when I go.
Oh, your room, huh? Oh, your room.
Make sure my room, make sure my room, the one on the bottom floor next to the pool.
Well, we're gonna have a pool, so I'll have lounge chairs by the pool, and you can have your own lounge chair. That's it. It'll be like camping.
One of those double ones.
No, everybody will be like camping. Like you bring your own pool towel. I'll have a lounge chair for you. Camp as long as you'd like.
You know what? That would probably work too in Orlando, as long as it's not too hot, because you have that cover over it, so there's no bugs. Well, hopefully there's no bugs.
No, there shouldn't be it shouldn't be buggy, but it's just a screen, so it's not like temperature controlled.
Yeah, but still, it's not in February, like it's not going to be super hot.
Yeah, no, I guess not.
I think that would actually work, Angel.
Okay.
Like I have 5 lounge chairs outside. Who wants the outside? Me.
Yeah, y'all can come camp by my pool. Well, Daniel, we're so excited that you are here. We're excited to feature you. I think when there's an element is when you grow your business that you get to a point where you align with others that match your vision, match your culture, who are in front of the right clients, in front of that clientele that you want to be in front of. And there's a way that you can delegate this. Like so often we think if I want to be in front of my client, I have to physically be in front of my client. By sponsoring and having your name on the side of a building or sponsor a little league team or sponsor an art festival or sponsor a morning show, that's one of those levels where you're not only giving back to the community, but you're also kind of delegating your marketing a little bit, your marketing presence.
Yes.
And so we're honored, like super honored to have Sonic VA as a sponsor of the Angel and Tina Morning Show, because it's so easy for us to talk about you. Everybody we know
every single day. Not only do we say it on our show, but when people ask us, like in our coaching calls, when on offline, we're always, oh, you got to call Daniel. Oh, you got to call Daniel. Oh, you got to call Daniel. Tina, who's doing your graphics? Oh, my VA. Oh, Tina, who's doing your videos? Oh, my VA.
But every day you see and you hear that people are overwhelmed and there's so much to do. And the idea that we can now refer you, I mean, that we do refer you and that we love referring you, I think it's just been a match made in sponsor heaven, right?
Yes, I agree.
But you shared a post this week about the success and the growth of Sonic VA. I'm so excited for you to announce that news to our audience, because you really are, like, you're out there building your business and kind of showing people.
But not only building it, he created a whole new business in February. Like when we went on lockdown, he turned his data-based business into not even a completely new business, because it's kind of sort of the same. But
Daniel, why don't you tell us the story of what shifted for you this year?
Well, yeah, and it's a pleasure to be here. I love, sponsoring the show, and I follow you almost every morning. So it's fun to talk about what I'm doing, though, because like we started to talk about with Tina, she's raving about the VA does this and the VA does that. And that's kind of why I got into it, because I saw a need where there's a lot of entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers, trainers, business owners that are just stuck in Busyville, and I've had VAs working for me for 10 years, and I've been doing different types of outsourcing, like call centers and training in the corporate environment. But I never really thought about offering VAs to small business owners. It really wasn't just something I was thinking about doing. And then in February, even before the pandemic hit, I already started thinking about, well, maybe I should pivot to where there's a need. there's a need for people like us to have a VA to help us grow our business and to expand our message. And so I started launching that. And then ironically, as the pandemic started, unfolding, it was a good time because people want to still grow their business and they need someone to help them do it virtually. So that's really, where it just kind of started taking off. And, I was reading recently the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber about the whole idea of how a lot of businesses get stuck in infancy. And when you try to scale your business, that's where a lot of businesses fail, which is where a lot of my clients are. A lot of our peers are, is that they're trying to scale their business and they can't do it by themselves and they can't find the right people to help them scale it in a way that is successful. So I'm kind of living through it as I'm talking to people about it. And I've done it before. This is like the third time I've done this where I've launched and scaled a business. So I perfected how to use virtual staff to help you scale a business. And now I can just take it to a wider market. And that's, why I'm here today.
So you started with how many VAs in March?
So for this business, for Sonic VA, we launched it in January. I hired 2 VAs in February. We're now at 13 VAs. And we started with 4 clients in February, and now we have almost 30 clients. So that's just the growth this year. And I've been really, I don't want to say slow walking it, but I don't take everyone that comes our way. I look at it like, how like on Halloween, you get a bucket full of sweets, all the candies are out there on the table and everyone's got to pick which ones you want, right? And the ones you don't want, you push to the side. Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of what I've, unfortunately been blessed to be able to do with my clients, is that I can't help everyone. I can't take everyone on. We can try, but in most cases we go to what works best, right? So I'm looking for the Snickers, which is my favorite candy bar, right? So when I talk to clients, I'm hoping to find the people that are going to be like the ones that really satisfy my business.
I love that, Daniel.
Oh, that was a good.
we're looking for the Snickers, right?
So you don't turn into
my favorite candy.
Yeah, so you don't turn into, what was it, a diva or whatever that they turned into?
Yeah, exactly.
Snickers.
But even Daniel, like just as you're sharing that story, there are people who feel like obligated. I've got to take on, right? I need, right? But the fact that you have built this, in fact, I had somebody even this morning, she's like, Angel, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to build it slow. I'm going to build it right. I'm going to attract the right clients so that it grow, like she said, so that it's like butter, right? Like,
mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like butter, like Snickers. So even, picking and choosing, who are those ideal clients for you, right? Who are the ones that love working with you, that you love working with, they show up on time, they pay on time, they refer others. Like we all have hired, or we've all had an experience where you're like getting ready to meet with a client, or a client walks in the door or whatever, and you're like, ugh. I mean, that's not the energy you want to bring into your business. And so, find the ones that satisfies. We're looking for Snickers.
I love that analogy. I love that analogy. In fact, when you were talking about that, it kind of reminds me when my kids were little that, and you guys know that you guys have done this. Those of you guys who are out there watching know you guys have done this. Your kids go out there, they go trick-or-treating, you come back and you got to check all the candy, right? And you're like, all these Snickers, they all have bad stuff in it. You cannot.
Oh, mommy's got to keep these ones. Mommy's
got to keep these ones. These ones are really bad.
No, my kids were super sweet as we would go through it.
Open a little bit. I got to keep it.
They're like, here, mommy, we know these ones are your favorite. And they would each give me a couple of their favorites. Okay. So just, switching off just topic just slightly, and then we'll come back to more good Sonic VA stuff. What's your least favorite candy? Like, what's the one you're like, no? Because when we would buy candy, and you buy candy in advance, I would buy stuff that I didn't want to eat. Cause so I didn't buy any of the chocolates. I bought, so shoot, now I can't even remember, but I'm like, it has to be something that I don't want to eat before Halloween, because I would buy the candy and then you get into the candy and then it's Halloween and you're thinking you're so prepared, and then it's Halloween and we don't have any candy again.
See, I was the opposite. I bought the candy that we would like in case we had extras, but we never did. Like when we lived in Atlanta, we had this huge neighborhood that we lived in, and my kids would go out trick-or-treating, and I still let my kids go out as long as they wanted to go out. But their thing was they had to wear costumes and they had to, respect the little kids and not be mean to the little kids, Because I believe that if 14, 15, 16-year-old kids want to go trick-or-treating, let them go trick-or-treating. They're not egging your house. They're not toilet paper in your house. They're asking for candy. So give them candy.
Still holding on. I mean, they're still holding on to a little bit of their youth, right? And
yeah,
so let them for as long as
them go.
they
And
can.
they
And if
come
they
back,
do
I'm like, give me your
costume,
extra candy. We ran out of candy. Give me your extra candy. I need to use it for trick-or-treating. Go back out. Go get some more candy.
so I think for us, like I would buy like the hard candies, like the Jolly Ranchers and the lollipops, like all of that stuff, like the Skittles, like those kinds of things. And what's so funny is now those are my favorites. Like we always have Skittles and Jolly Ranchers
the
in the
sour
house.
candies. I like the Starburst and the sour candies, like the Sour Patch Kids and stuff like that.
So, those were always the things I would buy because I would never eat those before. I always wanted the chocolates, but now I've totally switched. How about you, Daniel?
So, I like everything. I like every kind of sweet. I have a sweet tooth. I like, things that are vanilla and chocolate and creamy and nutty, and it doesn't really matter, right? So, I think if I had to pick one thing that I probably put aside first, though, it's always the kisses that aren't regular kisses. Like the
With
kisses that have like
almonds in
weird
it?
stripes on them or like cookies and cream kisses, or they're not bad, but they're not the pure original kisses, right? So those are always the ones I like, oh, I got more of these. And the other candy that I always said, oh, this is the last one I'm going to eat is the candy corn. It doesn't taste that great.
I don't like candy corn.
So when we were
decorate with candy corn, but I don't like eating it. They're gross.
They're like pure sugar, like pure whatever fake
I just
sugar.
don't. I'm like, what do they even taste like? They're not even like.
They don't really taste like anything.
Yeah.
So when we would do the expos, one of the things they always tell you is to have some candy like on your table because it attracts people to your table. And you should also have mints, right? Because we've all been drinking coffee all day, right? And you're up close to people. Well, used to be anyways. Now, see, we don't have to worry about coffee breath anymore.
Now we don't even have to wear. We don't have to brush our teeth if we don't want to.
But they would, they would have all these people would buy all the candy, and then somebody would come around like Angel, put the candy on Angel's table, and Jay would say, "Don't put the candy on the table because Angel will just eat it." And so
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, so they would come and put candy on the table, and Jay was like, "Who gave you that?" Because he'd see me eating it. Like, where'd you get that? I'm like, well, somebody had extra, and I was helping them. And he's like, don't put the candy.
Okay, so what is your favorite? So what is your go-to candy that your kids would give you?
So I like Daniel, Snickers, peanut M&Ms, and the little licorice, the little Twizzler licorice.
So you know how I decorated for Christmas this weekend, right? So I love peanut M&Ms.
Because they're like healthy because they're nuts. Like that's like in my head.
Yep, exactly.
Well, see, they're healthy to me because chocolate grows on trees from the cocoa plant, and plants are vegetables, and nuts are healthy for you. So
it's like having a salad.
Yeah, it's like eating a salad. So I always get peanut M&Ms, and so I got my red and green peanut M&Ms.
Okay, now you don't have company because you don't have a lot of people coming to the house. So do you eat them? Are you like, how often are you?
Yeah, when I'm on a Zoom call, I'll be like, didn't you see me last night on Media Mastery? I was like,
well, I didn't know it was an M&M. I didn't know what you were eating. Like,
you know why? Because I do this. I go like this, and I'll go.
Oh. She's like sneaking eating. Yeah, I have shown up to some Zooms with popcorn. Like I show up to my board meeting, right? And I'm like, because we're just there having, and I've got my little popcorn snack. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Angel with her wine and her popcorn.
My wine and popcorn. That is my guilty little pleasure. I mean, that could just be dinner sometimes.
Okay,
right?
so do you remember, and they're probably not like that anymore because of the whole, razor blade thing or whatever. But when I was little, people used to give us popcorn balls for Halloween, like homemade popcorn balls. And they were so good and gooey.
So good.
Pull them apart. Yeah. But
homemade popcorn balls. You can't do that anymore.
Nope.
I
make them for my kids when they were little, but you can't give them out no more like that.
What's like the weirdest thing you got or that your kids got? Like for me, when I was a kid, we had this neighbor across the street, a nice older woman, but she had a pomegranate tree in her backyard. So I don't know
She
why,
gave
but
out pomegranates?
she would give pomegranates. Like, so for an 8-year-old, you're walking around getting all the candy you
Did
can,
you
and
throw
it's
it? Did you throw
pomegranate
it
in
at
your
people?
bag.
It's
Plus,
weird.
it's messy, right? You know, they're really, really messy when you try to eat them with your hands. But that's like, for me, when I was a kid, I used to like hate having to get the pomegranate. I always hoping there'd be candy there, but every year it'd be pomegranate. So
There's
what were
pomegranates.
your like
So
favorite things?
now I'd be like, let's go to the pomegranate lady.
No, now. Have you seen the hack on how to get the pomegranate seeds
I just seen
out?
that like in the last couple of months on how to get that out.
With you beat it with a wooden spoon.
Well, that's
Like,
Yeah, and they just all fall out into the bowl. I'm like, because we would like, always kind of like pick at it and like, right, because it has that little membrane inside in between each of the seeds. And yeah, you just beat it with a wooden spoon and all of the.
I could have used that when I was 8.
Right? Yeah, we could beat it. Like, yeah, it's a fun
so
little.
I think the weirdest thing that I ever got was somebody's business card wrapped in, I don't even think it was like candy. I don't even think it was candy. I think it was like a pencil or something like that, but it was their business card. And I was like, and now thinking I'm going, that was like a
in real
marketing
estate
trick. But on the other side, like, why would you give it to your kids?
Yeah, there was a realtor, right? Passing out with like a pencil.
And I think it was a real estate agent with a pencil.
I bet you it was, right? And you see all these fun little things that you can do for businesses, like, like put it with gum or piece of candy that like ties into your business with some really cute, like, I can't think of the fun little phrases now, but we are red hot for you, or for your business, like, something like where you take the, we satisfy, like you give them Snickers, like our business, we aim for satisfied customers, right?
Oh, yeah, like a Snickers. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. We aim for satisfied customers. I like that one.
I just came up with that.
I did on Facebook last night. You're like, okay, if you seen that, make sure you give props to Angel. But last night, somebody had on Facebook, somebody was doing a date night, and her husband gave her a little popcorn, and he said, I'm glad that our love is still popping. I'll meet you tonight at 9:00. And it was like popcorn, and I was like, that was so cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
I was like, that was so cute.
Yeah, I need some popcorn phrases, because with banner season, you can send popcorn.
Well, your one that you sent, it's way over there. What did it say? It said something like, your media is popping, or.
Well, I always talk about it's like little pieces of popcorn, like your story. It's just like little samples, a press release. It's like little pieces of popcorn, because it's not the whole story. So you just want to give people a little taste, a little sample, a little snack.
And that's what you put. Yeah, that's what the sticker was on the unpopped popcorn.
Okay, but I'm going to need some more popcorn phrases, like, so I can send, and things about news or your business or publicity, or Tina, your world is falling down.
My world is falling. I think that was not.
Okay.
Well, at least it wasn't the tree.
That is true, right? She did decorate her tree.
My tree is over there. See, that's why I didn't put my tree over here, because it was just weird looking. But I gave you guys all the photos, so you guys can all see it on Facebook. It's pink and white, and it's pretty.
All right, so Daniel, you're like Mr. Scale, right? So for businesses that are in that infancy stage or want to level up, we can't do it. There's like, you need automation, you need delegation. And then we actually came up with like a publicity word, like, but it was like population or something, like you need to populate. I don't know. I need like because you need exposure, but automate, delegate, and
percolate.
Exposure rate. I don't know. Like I need
exposure rate. That's a good word. I like that. You just created that.
Exposure rate. Yeah.
I like it.
Yes. These are the things, right? You need exposure. Right. You need more visibility. Like, we all need our brand to be where we are, right? But then behind the scenes, if we are trying to micromanage and do it all, we are the stopgap. I mean, if you look at the thing that is keeping your business from growing, it's probably you, right?
Mhm.
Like if they have to talk to you, if there's something that has to go through your hands before it can, be processed, if there's, whether it's the onboarding or the deliverables, if you are the thing that's holding it all together, there's only so much that you can do. And so, I love talking about not just hire a VA, but a team of
Right.
VAs that are working behind the scenes so that you can do what you do best, right? And
Right. Exactly.
hire
And
for all the
just
rest.
like his VAs all have an expertise. Like I have a VA who does my videos, and then I have a VA who does my graphics and, my emails and stuff like that, because that's her expertise.
How's it
But
feel,
she's not
Tina,
an
to have a
expert.
team,
Yeah.
right? To grow your business. Like you can say, my team, like I have a team. And,
Right.
and I think then it makes it a whole lot easier for you to say yes to growth, say yes to opportunities. And when you are growing, you can be more picky about
Right.
the clients you're
Who
working
you
with.
work with. Yeah, exactly. And it makes all the difference. I mean, because when you start thinking of, I mean, again, going back to the E-Myth, having just read that, the idea of being working outside your business versus being in your business, right? So it's hard to think big picture when you're just doing every day. But to scale your business, you got to get outside it and look at where you want to go. Like for me, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but I'm at a point now where I'm ready to kind of do another pivot that's going to move us into a niche, right? Because we spent the last 8 months trying a little bit of everything, sampling every candy in the candy jar. And now we know we just want to be able to focus on Snickers and peanut M&Ms. So
Yes.
we're just going to get them, right? So that's kind of the idea where, video editing is something that my team's been doing. And for the most part, it's just people are loving it. There's a few things we're learning here and there to get better, but like we've been doing a lot of videos and it's a process where you can give people an instant return on investment, right? So that's a big part of trying to grow your business, is figuring out what it is that makes your clients want to keep coming back and referring you. And sometimes with virtual assisting, a lot of it can be behind the scenes. A lot of it can be things that you don't necessarily see a lot of tangible benefit for. So looking for those products where you can make a splash with your client and your client can use that to make a splash with their clients, that's what you want to really grow your business around. That's what I'm doing now with video editing, because it's that thing that I think has legs to it and people can see it and they get that immediate ROI. So, I think that's a key for businesses trying to scale. Is what is your Snickers? For me, it's video editing. So.
Well, and I think it's good because so many of us, we're trying to build that KLT factor. We're trying to build that engagement with our clients. And since we can't do it face to face, video is that next best thing. And so a lot of people, and like Angel and I, we had to dust off our YouTube channel earlier this year because we started bringing out the Angel and Tina Maureen show. And then a couple months ago, I was like, I'm going to start doing videos. And, we started doing that. So doing that, it just builds that KLT factor, and people see your personality, and they see how you are, and they build that relationship, and you get that relatability to you. And so having that niche, I think, is brilliant. When you told me that,
it is brilliant. And Michelle Cunningham, she talks a lot about on video, and she talks about you, but she says, if you're going live and you're doing Facebook Lives and live streaming, for you to just do it and to have it, be live streamed and unedited is okay. But when they get to YouTube, when people are on YouTube and they are watching videos, they want something that has been edited and put together, and
it's music to it.
It's tight, right? And a little bit more, professionally uploaded. You can be all streamy and live and in the moment over in a Facebook Live, but if you're going to be uploading videos to YouTube and have a YouTube channel and have subscribers and have followers and be that consistency, they want to hold the other level than just popping up your video.
So my first video, I uploaded it. It was just unedited. I uploaded it, and then it was Michelle Cunningham, and I was like, oh, she has really cute thumbnails. And so of course I asked her about it. And so, I had my thumbnail made through Fiverr, and then I was like, my VA can do this. And I asked my VA, hey, Maylene, can you do this? She's like, oh yeah. And so now she creates my thumbnails, and so that up leveled my brand consistency. So now when you go to the YouTube, you see all pink and white, everything. And then I see Michelle Cunningham's music, and I was like, oh, I want to add music to my video. And so I reached out to Daniel, and he was like, yeah, we can do that. And then I was like, ooh, I have a video reel. We can add my video reel to it. And ooh, we can add lower thirds to it. And ooh, let's do a subscribe button at the end. And so now I have like this whole thing where it has an intro, and I'm like, this is Tina Torres, and we'll be right back. And he fades it all out and he brings it back. And I'm just like, oh, it looks so pretty.
Yeah, I think that's really the key right now, and this is something I've been talking about a lot on my YouTube channel, is that we've gotten to a point where we've done so much live. There's so much content we've been creating, and a lot of it's been kind of like in the flow, right? We go live, we do Zoom calls, we do things where we're creating things real time, and we're not really trying to curate them in a way that adds higher production values. Mm-hmm. And we're losing an opportunity there, because most people consume content when it's convenient for them now more than ever, right? So it's a Netflix type of content consumption where people watch what they want and they binge it if they want it. And if you don't have a YouTube channel that's got a lot of good, well-produced content, people won't really consume it. And like you were saying before, if you're just doing Facebook Live or just broadcasting things live, that only gets people in the moment, and it doesn't have a high rewatchability rate. Yeah. But if you put together a series of videos that have like a topic, a theme, they're flowing through something, they're giving people tips on a regular basis, then you really can grow that following like a Netflix brand. And Michelle is amazing. And Michelle's like an amazing client to work with, because she's got so much content she creates. She's constantly coming up with new ideas, and she's got a like artistic vision.
At her content too, and she's actually, is it next week? She's actually going to be my co-host next week when
That's exciting.
Driving. So she's going to be here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show as my co-host, and we'll definitely get in, ask her some questions in there. But she takes her Facebook Lives and turns them into a YouTube video.
And that's like, a great way to do it.
You want training on that? Let me go Facebook Live, but let me also record that, because I can turn that into a video. That way I don't have to do it 2 times. So she has learned that repurposing of that video. She does it for her live audience and her groups and her private Facebook page. And that's what we're going to be teaching in our relationship mastery thing this week, is to repurpose your stuff. And then she just sends it to her VA. Her VA makes it all look really good, adds video, her lower thirds, her little, like when we do and we can do this, and there are little thing pops up there. Pop.
Yep.
And then
exactly.
It says Tina Torres right on the bottom. And then it goes to her YouTube, and she was able to hit all her audience just like that in 10 minutes.
Yep. And she's even doing audio where she doesn't always talk into the camera. Sometimes she's talking into a recorder and just has visuals pop up on the screen while she's talking so it's not even her having to take a time to be in front of the camera, which for some people can be a challenge, finding the right space, the right lighting, the right situation to do the filming. So you can even do audio videos, which Michelle's making work. It's not something that I would have thought would have been a great idea, but they're really cool. So I think that's the key, is we got to figure out what each person's, story is. And, we talk about this a lot, about how to make sure we take all the content they have up there and help them figure out how to deliver it, how to have a bigger impact, how to monetize their content. And videos right now are, as you were saying, the best way to do it. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a better way to market yourself right now than using some kind of video where you're talking to the camera for part of it, to build your credibility and get to know people, and then surround that with like quality production that's engaging. People are going to want part of it. And I think that's the way to go.
And to give that value, to give the value, like she takes her questions and she turns it into value. But what she taught us on the last Connect Summit was, okay, you can start here. That's fine. If you don't have a camera, use your phone. If you don't have this, use a lamp. If you don't have this, use this. But you can get this package here for, a little bit of money. But if you really want to get like the best thing, this is like the package you can get. You can get this camera, you can get this light, you can get these backdrops. But she gave everybody, if you don't have no money at all, you can do this. If you have a little bit of money, you can do this. But if you want to go all out and have the best stuff, you can do this.
Right.
And I love that, because you can just start. You don't have to buy all this different equipment or, backdrops or anything like that. Like she literally has a $3 backdrop that she uses.
What are some things, Daniel, some tips that, if we're going to be creating more videos and leveraging a video editor, um, what are like, do we need to have all of this like backdrop stuff? What do we need to provide, or how much content gets cut, right? Like when we send it over to you. And so, I mean, part of it, I imagine, is a little bit of a training process that you provide to your clients.
Yeah, there's a bit of onboarding period, probably about a month or so, where we're going to do a few videos that are going to get you kind of from start to where you feel pretty good about it. And in that process, we try to get people, when we intake the client, to give us certain elements that we need, right? So if you want to start from scratch, you need at least like 4 or 5 videos that you've recorded. And they can just be you talking to the camera. Make sure you have good lighting, you have a good microphone, you have a professional, a background that speaks to you, to your brand. Doesn't have to be professional like in a corporate sense, but something that's not, distracting, right?
Moving. I'm almost vacant background. Like
Right.
this is just a snapshot in time of Angel's lifestyle, but this is
Speaks to you, yeah.
not, this would not be a professional, like this would not be what we would recommend. So you can see Dan, like if you have no money and you don't know what you're doing, this is Angel, right? Right. And then if you like want to take it a step further, right, where you actually have something decorative, or you actually have your brand behind you. So this is like the 3 levels of different things.
Just make sure that it doesn't fall on you.
Yeah. So, and that's really, where you start, right? And a couple photos, a color palette, some kind of branding. If you have all that and you're ready to go, we can start cranking out some pretty good videos. If you don't have any of that, it takes a while, a good month or so, to get you to a point where we've developed your brand, we've helped you figure out your background, we've helped you figure out what to record. But the most important thing, whether you're established in using YouTube and videos or not, is you want to have a strategy to what you're doing, right? So for like example, my YouTube channel, I map out within a couple weeks in advance of what I'm going to record. And I figure out what days I'm going to record. So I've created almost 100 videos since February for my YouTube channel. And they're all like topics that are timely, that come up to me that I think I want to do, but I do them a week or 2 in advance. And that way I can, map it out. I have one VA do the graphic design. So all the images you see in my video, so it's not just me talking, there's something that breaks up the monotony of just one person being on the screen. And then I have another VA do the video editing, and then another VA do the social media part. So I actually have a team of 3 people that manage my videos for me.
And all this gets done. You do it one time. The only thing that
all I do
did
is
was that 10-minute video or 15-minute video.
Yep,
you send it out and everybody goes, okay, I'm done. Okay, here you go. Okay, there you go. I did it. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it should be, right? That's how you want the process to be, is where you just have to show up and talk into the camera for 10 minutes and that's it. And everything else can be handled behind the scenes. And that frees you up to think about more things.
How long should a video be? How long would you recommend the perfect video be when we send it to you?
So if you're trying to get attention, if you're trying to just attract people, 3 minutes or less. If it's like, like a sizzle reel, an intro video, hey, this is, Tina Torres, this is what I do, 3 minutes or less. Those are things that are good on Instagram. They're things that play really well on Facebook. You can use them as trailers for your Facebook channel or for your YouTube channel. But if you want to create YouTube content where you want people to watch a series of videos, you make about 10 to 15 minutes. You need at least that much time to deliver some content to make it worth watching, right? So in the typical video I do, they're about 15 minutes long. The first 2 minutes is kind of like an intro, my story, kind of preparing the audience what they're going to see. The last couple of minutes is kind of like this is how you get a VA. There's the opt-in, that kind of stuff.
Your call to action.
Right, the call to action. But the middle of it, the content is like 10 minutes. I think it's an ideal chunk for people to be able to go, okay, I learned something, I can go do something else.
Yeah.
Or that was cool, let me watch the next one.
Yeah.
If you do it more than 15, 20 minutes, it's going to start, people are going to get kind of bored. And they're not going to binge it unless you're really, really good. Yeah. But even then, it's not like we're going to be, watching 10 episodes of The Mandalorian, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be more of this, like, I'll watch a couple now and then I'll see another one drop and I'll watch a couple more. So that 10 minutes, I think, is the target for a good content video.
Yeah. I think that's a good part for us to go to commercial.
Oh, is that a good part? Yeah. So
she's like, hold on, let me get this.
Well, so remember, I had to turn my computer off.
Oh yeah. Okay, while you're pulling that up, Daniel, I do have another question. So how many times should we actually push out a video? Like mine is like once a week. Is that the right thing, or should you do it like 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, so there's pros and cons to each one. At the maximum, one a day, five a week. Don't do more than that, oversaturates. Don't just do one a week or less than one a week. It's not enough, right? The key though isn't so much how many you do, it's when you do them and how consistent you are, right? So the secret is really to drop it at a certain time of the day on a regular basis, right? So for me, for sure, minimum every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock, a new video drops on my YouTube channel,
Okay.
regardless of what I got going on or, whatever. And I can do other ones throughout the week if I have the time to do more. But if my audience knows every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock, a video is going to drop, they don't have to be there to watch it, but they know it's there.
Yeah.
And so they know that a couple weeks go by and they go, hey, I wonder what Dan's been up to. And I go back and I know I'll be able to watch 4 of his videos if I want to, because he's recorded them every Tuesday and Thursday and put them out there. So that consistency is what you want to go for. So a couple a week, but make sure it's not so much how many you do, it's when you drop them, and it has to be the same time, has to be consistent.
Yeah.
Well, we've been trained since we were little kids, right? Like, TV is, every Saturday morning or on Thursday night was our favorite program.
Every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. is Cartoon Network.
And I know my husband watches, he has a bunch of different followers or people that he follows on YouTube, and he knows when their new ones drop, right? Like, so we train the audience, and like you said, they don't necessarily have to tune in right then, but they know it's there. That's where you create that loyalty and that following. And
absolutely.
But when you are all over the place and you're random, so are your followers. And so if they don't know what to expect or how often to expect, it's harder to to maintain that satisfaction, right, for our customers. Okay, I do have our fabulous little image to talk about to spotlight our sponsors. Of course, you guys have been hearing from Sonic VA, Daniel Meyer. Truly, if you have too much on your to-do list, and even if you're not using videos, you're putting out content, but you're not creating that production value and having them designed, you're missing out on so much opportunity for that content. So make sure that you connect with Sonic VA. They always say, do what you do best and hire for all the rest. And they're going to give you a 10% discount when you hire them. When you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, 10% discount off your first 40 hours of VA service. Find them at sonicva.com. sonicva.com. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. Go and check them out. They've got new inventory coming in every single week, so there's always something new and fun. Follow them on social media. And then Zandra TV Network. We are globally syndicated across all those on-demand streaming networks that you love to get your favorite programs on. If you've ever thought about taking that content and creating your own TV show, go to Zandra or beonztv.com, 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 and look for the Zandra Network wherever you like to watch programs, because that's where you're going to find the Angel and Tina Morning Show. So there's our spotlight. Thank you, Daniel, for hanging out and being our spotlight guest today.
Everybody loves that 10% off.
Can I just do one quick shout out? Because, people always think Sonic VA, it's me, right? Because I am the face of the business by design. But my team, I couldn't do it without them, especially my core team has been with me since 2013. So like Jen and Bam and Byron, you guys are what makes this really work. And everyone we've added this year, all the new VAs, shout out to all of you for helping us grow. We wouldn't have gone from a couple clients to almost 30 clients without each of you. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out.
And that's an amazing thing. I mean, from 9 months, 8 months, you went from 0 to 30 clients.
Actually, like 6 months.
Yeah. That's
no, it's been a good experience. So I mean, I count my blessings every day.
So I think you really found your niche, Daniel. I mean, but how long did it take you to find that one niche where you're like, you know what, I'm happy now? Well,
I think we kind of stumbled across the video editing. It wasn't really by design, but as it's developing, it's where I want to focus, our go forward energy, right? So we have a video package that we're going to be rolling out, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what it's going to be. It's like basically, a package of 6 videos. And the first video will be a minute long sizzle reel introductory video. And with that, we'll develop an outro and an intro, each about 10 seconds long, that has your music, your brand, you know, something fun. Then you have that first minute video, and then you get 5 additional videos, 1 per week over 6 weeks. And the video, each video is part of a series you're doing on, you know, a product or a service or a branding thing you want to talk about. And so we deliver 1 each week. So you have 1 of these new videos come each week, and we do that over 6 weeks. And after that, you can decide, do you want to like have a, you know, long-term regular relationship? But I think that 6-week period is a chance for people to really see the value of video, you know, as part of their marketing plan. And I'm just really excited that, you know, we've hired a bunch of video editors. You know, we're working on the marketing plan. We got we're working on the page on the website now. So by November 1st, my goal is to launch Sonic Video Editor, you know, or Sonic Video Assistant. Still working on the naming, branding. But the idea is that basically like a spinoff of Sonic VA will be just a video editing package.
I love that.
Do more videos. Like that makes it
More
really
videos.
for people.
Do more videos. That's a great
videos,
title. Yeah. Do more
right?
videos.
You know, we want to. And when you've got a nice little package that gives them a sample, and to have 6 really high quality videos up on going up.
And one, including your video intro. Yeah. Everybody loves to have a video intro. As a speaker, having that video intro, you know, playing as you're coming up on stage, or even playing when you're coming up on a virtual stage, that just brings your level way up here.
I know Wendy Labatt she was at an event not too long ago, and she has an intro video that introduces her on stage. And she said, Angel, nobody else there had anything like it. You know, it just totally elevated her. And so, you know, if you're a speaker, if you're an author, you've got coaching programs, digital programs that you're teaching, all of that video will, you know, it does a lot of the speaking. You used to say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a video absolutely elevates you, and you've got something else that is playing behind the scenes and high quality. I can't wait to see. And I like the idea of it's still Sonic VA, right? Sonic Video Assistance.
I love that, right?
Video.
Okay, Angel, I'm getting an idea. We need to have an Angel and Tina morning show intro video. Welcome to Angel and Tina morning show. And it's like
show every morning, right?
Popping our, you know, our little stuff, and it goes, Angel Tessie and Tina Torres. I think that's
make it a bit more like a talk show. Like, you know, how does the view start, right? You know, how do all the talk shows start? They have a little
like
intro.
Kelly and Ryan. That's how they do. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do. We're gonna next level Angel and Tina morning show.
All right, so we know. Okay, we've talked about your team. We've talked about the new exciting program that you got coming up, Sonic Video Assistant. Anything else that we want to make sure that we cover with you today, Daniel?
Well, you know, I think the big thing I see right now is for people trying to figure out how to think about next year, you know, and really, what do you want to be achieving? And I don't want to date this or say this in a negative way, but you got to have an eye towards where we're going to be a year from now. And you got to assume that it's a good chance we're not going to be where we were a year ago. We're going to be closer to where we are now. So if that's the case, and you want to prepare for it, if you want to, you know, be practical, what are the things you should be doing now to make sure your brand is still around a year from now? You know, what can you really do to your business? And video is one of them. But I really think a lot about how I can keep adapting and surviving, because I would love it to go back to the way it was. I miss traveling. I miss being on stage. I miss talking about data. That's really my heart is all about IT kind of stuff. But I don't know if it's going to happen again. So I have to keep an eye on the future. And I think that's something that all of us should be taking a minute as the year starts to wrap up, thinking about, okay, so worst case scenario, what do I need to do to keep myself doing what I'm doing right now a year from now? So
I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're all now thinking.
Yeah.
So Daniel,
really
where are you going in the next year? Where do you see your business going in the next year?
Well, that's part of the video editing push, right? Because here's the bottom line is, and I think is really important, is I love doing this with VAs. I love helping people figure out how to grow their business. This is fun for me, right? But I had, before the pandemic, developed I'd hit that Timothy Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week. You know, the idea that you could take a week and be at the vacation, be on a beach kind of thing, running your business. I love traveling. You know, I want to be the freedom of be out and traveling. So my goal is to figure out how to grow and scale this business without me having to be the primary person behind it. So I'm actually grooming my son to take over managing this business for me so that I can get back to that living on the beach, having a really good business run where I don't have to be in it every day. So I always have an eye towards that.
So
And that
you're
means,
the owner, but he's the manager.
well, yeah, exactly. You know, so that's kind of where I see myself going. So I have a plan, you know, and I think people need to think about that. You know, if they can grow as big as they want to grow, what needs to happen to get there, and see it, you know, and figure out how to put it into a strategy.
Yeah.
And so it's, I mean, a lot of it, if we want to grow, and I think we kind of started with this, it's like we need to get out of the doing everything mode, right? Like
Absolutely.
we have to get out. So this is where I think hiring a VA makes it, it's a great bridge, right? Because you can hire by the project, you can hire by the task, right? You know, here's this one thing with these 7 steps, like, and I can just hire. It's not like having to bring on an actual employee where you're paying, you know, workman's comp and you know, like all the payroll and all of the things where you're responsible for. I remember hiring my first employee and thinking, oh my, I'm responsible for this person, right? And so
for her to pay all her bills.
yeah, like they are counting on me to stay here, right? And I think that the most employees I ever had at one point was like 13, a staff size of 13, which is a pretty huge staff size and a lot of people to be responsible for. Now, I mean, all of that can be done virtually. You've got people all over the country. You don't all have to show up at the office every day. I don't have office space. I don't have to have phones and like all the different things. It's like, this is really awesome way to build our business. So Daniel, I'm super excited that we know you and have you as a resource for small businesses to get out of their own way.
Well, let's
That's really
give
it.
Daniel, how can our audience get a hold of you? How can they get your video? What is it called? Video assistance.
Video assistance, right? So, okay, so I'm going to do 2 things. First of all, I want to tell you, if you're watching this right now live, or you're watching this before November 1st, just go to sonicva.com and send us a message. You can also check out my channel. It's Dan Meyer, virtual staffing expert on YouTube. Just type in Dan Meyer. Don't go for the baseball player or the sword swallower, the other 2 famous Dan Meyers. Look for me, the video staffing expert. And you can check that out. But after November 1st, we're going to have a new page, sonicva.com/video. That will be live November 1st. And that will be the portal to go to sign up for video editing. We're going to feature some samples of some of our top clients. I think, Tina, your video that Clyde did for you, I would love to sample on our page, right? So we can show that off. And then people can just sign up there. And if you want a VA to do anything in your business, you know, reach out to me. I'm easy to find. We're all connected on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me through my website. But bottom line is figure out, like as Angel and Tina both talked about a lot today, what it is that keeps you busy. How do you delegate that? How do you get that off your plate? How do you focus on what you do best? Well, you focus on what you do best by hiring us and Sonic VA to do all the rest. So
I don't want to freak you out at all, Daniel, but November 1st is less than a week away.
yeah, we're working on it right now. The website, the page will be live on November 1st. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, it's within the week. It's within the week.
November
Within the
1st
week
is Sunday. That kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm like, I can't believe.
Sunday's the best day to launch a new part of a website because if you have problems, nobody's looking for it. So don't launch your website in the middle of the week, right? Launch it on a Sunday.
That's true. Oh, you've heard it here, folks.
Very good advice, Daniel. That's very good advice. Well, we're so glad you're here today. Thanks so much for being the bright start to our day, having this unscripted conversation with us, for sponsoring the Angel and Tina Morning Show, for growing and showing us and providing the steps so we can all grow. We can all grow together. A rising tide. You are our rising tide, Daniel. So thank you. And every time I eat a Snickers bar, I think I'm going to think about, am I working with the right clients?
Exactly. Is this satisfying me?
Keeping your satisfied clients.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm Angel Tessie. I am your media matchmaker. Super excited to help you get more exposure, right? Automate, delegate, and exposure rate. Tina almost,
Exposure. I love that.
Tina almost had coffee come through her nose. I'll come up with something. You've got something.
No, trademark it. Start using it. Exposure rate.
Exposure.
That's a great
Wait,
way.
how do you spell that? Yeah, exposure rate.
I haven't seen it in writing, but yeah, we'll see
Well,
what.
you're going to be the first one to write it, so you have to figure out how it's spelled.
Gotta
How
add
do
it
I
to the
want to?
dictionary.
Exposure rate, right? So you can get started. You can get started with a complimentary media starter kit at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. Press release ideas, media contact, everything that you need to do to say, I've heard of you. Get more people to say, I've heard of you. Leverage the power of other people's audiences to multiply and exposure your business. I think I'm going to like that.
You're gonna have to put you're gonna have to add exposure rate to the dictionary, but you also have to add a definition to what exposure rate means.
I think I'm going to need a video.
I think you're gonna need a video.
I think I'm going to need a video, or perhaps a series of videos to exposure rate.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, really, when we talk about
retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist, and if you're struggling with building your audience, finding the right clients, or even retaining those clients that you already have, I have a complimentary guide that'll help you grow your audience organically, online and offline, connect and nurture with those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. And you can grab that free guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much, our loyal fans, our amazing guests today. We hope we brought a bright start to your day. Hope you guys have a fabulous day. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.